الله لا إله إلا هو له الأسماء الحسنى.
الحمد لله نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولله على الناس حج البيت من استطاع إليه سبيلا ومن كفر فإن الله غني عن العالمين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني عملا رب زدني عملا رب زدني عملا. حق تعالى سيد القرآن الكريم وإذ بوانا لإبراهيم مكان البيت ألا تشرك بي شيئا وطهر بيتي للطائفين والقائمين والركع السجود وأذن في الناس بالحج يأتوك رجالا وعلى كل ضامر يأتين من كل فج عميق ليشهدوا منافع لهم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that when Ibrahim alayhi salatu was salam built Kaaba, the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, first announcement Ibrahim alayhi salatu was salam said, do not make any partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَطَهِرْ بَيْتِيَ لِلطَّائِفِينَ وَالْقَائِمِينَ وَالرُّكَّعِ السُّجُودِ, and in another place, وَالْعَاكِفِينَ, that make sure you purify the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for those people who do tawaf around it, for those people who do salat around it. Purification first means that the heart has to be pure from any kind of kufr, shirk, and any kind of malice, any kind of hasad, and any kind of bid'at. And the heart has to be according to what sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's the first purification. So that's what Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam said first. That make sure your heart is pure. Another purification means that make sure you keep the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Masjid al-Haram, clean. Make sure it's all nice and beautiful, clean. But the main point I want to make today is وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ يَأْتُوكَ رِجَالٌ وَعَلَى كُلِّ ضَامِرٍ يَأْتِينَ مِنْ كُلِّ فَجٍّ عَمِيقٍ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, وَأَذِّن, make an announcement, and when you make an announcement, people will come from far, far away, from far places to perform Hajj. Ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma says that when Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam was told by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ, Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam said, Ya Allah, how will my voice reach everywhere? This is a desert basically. There's nothing here. Yeah? There's nothing here, no one living here, and this is a pure cut desert. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, climb on the mountain, Abu Qubais, or on the Kaaba, or Safa Marwa, and you make your announcement and say, come towards Hajj. And your job is to make the announcement. My duty is to make sure that this voice reaches to every ruh, for every spirit. The ruh it reaches to. It reaches to every ruh. It says that when Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam made the announcement for Hujju, Ya ayyuhan nasu, for Hujju, or people come towards Hajj. At that time, every ruh, wherever they were, in whoever back they were in, whatever womb they were, they said, Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika lak labbaik. Innal hamda wa ni'mata lak wal mulka la sharika. They said labbaik. Labbaik means we are present. And Mufassirin write that whoever said labbaik at that time, they will perform Hajj. And however time they have said labbaik, that many times they will perform Hajj. So this is the announcement Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam made. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَذِّنْ فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ يَأْتُوكَ رِجَالًا وَعَلَى كُلِّ ضَامِرٍ يَأْتِينَ مِنْ كُلِّ فَجٍّ عَمِيقٍ. That when you make the announcement, you will see in groups and individual people coming towards for Hajj. They will be coming rijalan, walking. So you can assume at that time people going walking. But still people are going walking when they don't have the means, they still go walking for Hajj nowadays. وَعَلَى كُلِّ ضَامِرٍ يَأْتِينَ. They will come on weak rides too, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, indicating whatever ride is available at their time, whatever is available for them, they'll come on them rides. You see, nowadays, people still go on buses. They can't afford the trains. They can't afford the planes, all right, the tickets. So they go through buses. They go, and still people going through rides too, on camels too. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already said that all sorts of rides will be used when they come for what? For Hajj. Bin kulli fajjin amik. They'll come from the whole world, every part of the world from far, far away. Amik, fajjin amik. Amik means very far. So, ba'id, far places you come. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, that once you make the announcement, O Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam, you make the announcement, and I'll make sure this voice reaches to every ruh who are gonna perform Hajj. And them ruh, when they come in the jism, in the body, they'll come from every distance they can come from. And whatever ride they have to use, they'll come. They make the way for Hajj. This is the announcement Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam said. Quran is also indicating in another place that people will come, but Allah subhanahu used the word min. Not every single one will have the ability. Some of them will come. Everyone will want to go, but not everyone will get the ability. So the place have the ability to take them that many people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لِيَشْهَدُوا مَنَافِعَ لَهُمْ وَيَذْكُرُوا اسْمَ اللَّهِ فِي أَيَّامٍ مَّعْلُومَاتٍ عَلَى مَا رَزَقَهُم مِّن بَهِيمَةِ الْأَنْعَامِ فَكُلُوا مِنْهَا وَأَطْعِمُوا الْبَائِسَ الْفَقِيرَ ثُمَّ لْيَقْضُوا تَفَثًا وَلْيُوفُوا نُذُورًا وَلْيَطَّوَّفُوا بِالْبَيْتِ الْعَتِيقِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, why are they going to come for perform Hajj? لِيَشْهَدُوا مَنَافِعَ لَهُمْ, so they can see the benefits. All the benefits they have there. They see all the Muslims there. They will see different categories or different kinds of Muslims from different countries. And they will see that everyone has gathered on one thing, La ilaha illallah. Different color, different country, different culture, different method of speaking, different languages, everything different. But you see that there's qadr and respect for each other. For why? La ilaha illallah. Just for La ilaha illallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing us that I've gathered you over here to show you manafi alone. The one and the main benefit you learn over here in Hajj is, even though we are different in so many ways, but because we got one thing common, is La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. And we say Ashhadu la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Because we gathered on that, it makes us the same. We all respect each other. You will see over there, Manafi alam wa yadhkuru ismallah, Manafi alam. You will see that there's hardly any shurtis, any police to control the the crowd or anything, but everyone is controlled and they have respect for each other. If there is any fuming anger going around, the moment they say, look, brother or sister, we are in ihram, we are in the holy place, we should not get angry, everything cools down. This is the respect of la ilaha illallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَنَافِيَ لَهُمْ وَيَذْكُرُ اسْمَ اللَّهِ. You go there to mention the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that everyone who goes for Hajj and anyone who's in the territory of Haram, which is 25 radius, 25 kilometers, whoever says do any ibadat or anything, or do any ibadat or say any ibadat, that will be multiplied by 100,000, 1 lakh. So when you say Subhanallah once, that will be multiplied by 1 lakh. So any ibadat you do, that will be multiplied. The moment you say Labbaika Allahumma Labbaik, Labbaika la sharika laka Labbaika, Innal hamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulka la sharika laka Labbaik. You say this, and that will be multiplied by 100,000 too. All these ibadat, wa yaskuru ismullah fi ayyam ma'lumat. And the ayyam ma'lumat is Mina too, and all the days of Hajj are ayyam ma'lumat. And you go there to sacrifice. فَكُلُوا مِنْهَا وَأَطْعِمُوا الْبَائِسَ الْفَقِيرَ ثُمَّ لْيَقَضُوا تَفَثًا وَلْيُوفُوا نُذُورَهُم. Quran is indicating, and the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is indicated, that in other places that you first go to Mina, Rasulullah, on the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, then you go to Arafat, then that night you go to Muzdalifah. The next day is the hardest day, which is about 21 miles walk. 21 miles walk. This is reality, no joke. 1 mile walk, 20 miles walk. You go from Muzdalifah to Mina. From Mina you go to Jamarat. You hit one shaitan. When you hit one shaitan, then you ask for your qurbani done. This is what Quran is indicating. Then when your qurbani done, then you shave your hair, you cut, you do the halaq, or you do your qasr. Yeah, and this is what Quran Kareem is indicated to, that these has to be in tartib. Then you do your, what you call it, وَلْيَطَوَّفُوا بِالْبَيْتِ الْأَتِيقِ, you do your tawafi ziyarat. Then you come back from your tawafi ziyarat from Mecca back to Mina. You spend another 2 or 3 nights in Mina. This is all Hajj. If you look at what Hajj is teaching you, the one lesson that I was going to say, the Faraiz of Hajj, I'll say that next week, inshallah. A few lessons we learn. The simple lessons I want to tell you today is, over there we gather just on the kalima La ilaha illallah. We do not look at the different colors, the different language. We do not look at the different genealogy. We do not look at the different tribes. The only thing we look at over there, and we gather over there, and we have the unity is on La ilaha illallah. The other thing, there's a lot of lessons. The other lesson we learn in Hajj is that we follow the hukam and the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, this is ibadat, we count that as ibadat. Whatever Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this is ibadat, that is ibadat. Besides that, if we make our own ibadats, even though it looks beautiful, alright, if it's not according to the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if it's not according to the Salaf Salihin, alright, that's not ibadat. Now you look, we come to Haram, where the angels, then Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, then Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, and going down, built what? The Kaaba. And ibadat over there, you see all the barakat over there. Aql, intellect says that we should be just in the Haram, in the Masjid Haram. But no, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us, no, go to Mina. Go to Mina and stay in tents. You be toe to toe, shoulder to shoulder. The facilities will be bad. Now, you know, the facilities are bad now, but at the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was no toilet facilities. There was no air cooling, no air conditioning facilities, not even proper tents either. And now there's fireproof tents and facilities, and even mattresses and everything. But still, the facilities are poor, that you won't get the hotel facilities. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, go there. Then from there, He says, go out of Haram. فَإِذَا أَفَضْتُم مِّنْ عَرَفَاتٍ فَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ عِندَ الْمَشْعَرِ الْحَرَامِ. Quran is indicating go out of Haram and go to Arafat. And Arafat is out of all Haram, out of 25 kilometers. And that's the main portion of Hajj. You know, the three fards of Hajj. Number one, Ihram. Number two is Arafat. Number three is Tawaf Ziyarat. Alright, Tawaf Ifada, ya Tawaf Ziyarat. Alright, these are the three fards. The main fards Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam say Hajjul Arafah. Hajj is Arafah. And if you miss it on that day, you miss everything. Yeah? So you have to go to that plane to make sure that field of that plane, to make sure your Hajj is accepted. People cry, Ya Allah, take us to that place. And they ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you don't go there, your Hajj is not done. So that's the main farz of Hajj. You spend the time from Zawal to Maghrib there. Yeah? In between Zawal and Subh Sadiq, if you're there any time, even a second or asleep or unconscious, your farz is done. But it's wajib to stay there until what? Maghrib. Then after Maghrib, you go to Muzdalifah. And there's no tents there. No nothing there. If you're lucky, you find a space to sit down or lay down. Yeah, you have to read two salats there, Maghrib and Isha. You're not allowed to even read salat, your Maghrib salat in Arafat when you're in Hajj. You have to delay it, even though if you have to read it 1 o'clock at night or 2 o'clock, whatever time you reach there. When you reach to Muzdalifah, you read your two salats, Jama Bain Salat in Maghrib and Isha. Then after Maghrib and Isha, you try to look for your stones, you try to go to sleep, you do some ibadat. All this is all indicated. The manafi you learn, the fighters you learn from is that ibadat is that ibadat where Allah Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has taught us. If we make our own ibadat, it doesn't count. So in Hajj, the first part I just explained today, what I was going to explain the farz of Hajj, but introduction took more time than the real thing. So وَإِذْ بَوَّأْنَا لِإِبْرَاهِيمَ Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam built the Kaaba. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him make the announcement. He made the announcement. Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala says the announcement of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam reached to every ruh. Every ruh that heard the announcement of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, wherever they were, they said labbaik. Wherever ruh has said labbaik, they will do Hajj. Whatever time they have said labbaik, they will do that much time Hajj. So this is the hukum from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is the announcement from Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam to us to do Hajj. What is the compulsory? When will it get compulsory? What are the next things? We'll speak on that next week. Wa akhiru da'wana inshallah ta'ala. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah rabbil alameen.
الله لا إله إلا